T-Rob, what's been the biggest thing you've tried to stress to the guys in these first 4 days?
I'll tell you what, obviously, our kids are buying into what we're preaching every single day of going out there and playing our style of football. That's high intensity, high motor, effort, all right, toughness and discipline. That's going to be our motto, and that's what we're going to go with. And getting the football. You know, we talk about getting the rock every single day, and that's going to be our style of play. That's going to be our style of ball. And our guys are doing a great job of going out and working on it every day. And the key to the drill is every day to get better than the day we were yesterday, the day before, rather. And our guys are doing that, and we're excited about it.
What's been the first impression working hands-on with Jamarcus King?
Very talented young man. Got great length to him. He does some really nice things on the line of scrimmage, but you know he got a long way to go as well. You know, this is his third day of practice in the SEC. You know, and it's a lot different than playing in junior college level or playing the SEC level. So it's some things that he got to learn. He's going against different type of players. We got some really talented receivers outside. You know, so he's doing a really good job of acclimating to the things that we're teaching. But again, man, we got a long way to go, and right now we're just worried about us and every day improving and focusing on that.
When the players talk about this being very physical, I mean, exactly, you know, what are you guys doing that leads to the idea that this is more physical for them than what they're used to?
You know, the SEC is the line of scrimmage league. You know, regardless of, you know, some teams are spread, some teams are fast tempo, but at the end of the day, you got to run the ball and you got to stop the run. And we're going to do those things for our guys, all right, to make sure that we're getting prepared for that. So we're going to do the 2-on-1 blocks. We're going to do the 1-on-1 blocks. We're going to do 9-on-7 run. We're going to be a physical outfit, you know, offensively and defensively. And that's what we're going to hang our hat on. Coach talk about it all the time, being a blue-collar football team. That's what that means. All right, so our guys are going to be tough, and they understand that we play, all right, one style of football, and that's toughness.
Are you guys already starting to put in specific defensive schemes, or is it just kind of an overall physicality standpoint?
Yeah, well, every day we're installing, and that's the one thing that we talk to our guys about. You know, if you don't get the install today, well, tomorrow we ain't going to not install. We're going to install again. All right, so you got to go and do your job, all right, and prepare off the field and study at night and do all the different things that you got to do to be a good football player. Because the one thing I know about a football player, all right, if you know what to do, you got a chance to play fast. If you don't know what to do, you don't have a chance to play fast. So our guys are doing that, but we're throwing a lot on them every single day, and we ain't going to back off these guys. We're going to stay on them, and we're going to continue to increase and put in our defense, all right, and offense and all the different things like that to be successful for the season. And that's what we're working for right now.
Coach, how big of a loss was Sky Moore?
Obviously, losing a guy that get the ball as much as Sky get the ball, guy that got, you know, speed, guys that got agility, all the different things like that. Obviously, every time you lose a guy. But our motto has been we never complain about things that happen. You know, we can't worry about that. It's next guy up, you know, and that's going to be our focus right now. Next man up. And Sky's around, and he's doing a great job. He's in all the meetings. He's doing all the things that he can do to get healthy, all right, and we're counting on him next year. But right now, we're going to worry about what we got, and we're going to work on those guys and improve those guys on a day-to-day basis.
Who's the next guy up?
For him, obviously, we got a bunch of guys in Bryson Allen, all right, who's doing a really good job. T.J. Holland is doing a really good job. John Walton is doing a really good job. All right, T.J. Brunson, a young guy, is starting to show up. We got Sherrod Pittman. All right, we got a lot of guys that's starting to do some different things for us, and they got to be able to play multiple positions, Mike and Will, all right, and even go out to Sam a little bit when we get into our regular package. So those guys are doing a great job. I really, you know, appreciate the job that Coach Hustler's doing with them, all right, of getting them the discipline, all right, getting them the details to do the job that they need to do.
How much press coverage are you working on?
You know, we're a bump football team. You know, that's always been our style of play. Obviously, you know, we got to get better at it. That's something that we're going to improve upon a lot. But we're going to bump. We're going to be, I would imagine, somewhere 60 to 70% bump man-to-man, doing different things like that with the ability to play zone and different things to change up the looks. You know, but we got some guys, our corners that are coming around pretty nicely. And Rashard Fenton and Chris Lamons and Jamarcus King. Steve Montag guy today was a pleasant surprise for us to go see him a little bit outside. So it was good. So I'm excited about it.
So Montag is here?
Yeah, he's here. He was at practice today.
First day today?
First day.
How much good versus good will you guys do this fall and throughout the season?
Say it again now.
One's on first team. How much of that will y'all do during the fall?
We always do one-on-one.
Is that-
That's why we practice the way we practice. That's our edge. How we practice is our edge. We're going to practice one-on-ones. We're going to be physical. All right, we're going to get after each other, and then we're going to love each other when we get off the field. And that's one of the things that we talk to the defense about. When we step across that line, all right, effort, toughness, discipline. When we step across that line, it's us against them. All right, and then we're gonna roll that way, and then when we off the field, it's Brotherhood again. All right, but that's the way that we practice. That's what we want, and that's what we're getting right now.
How hands-on is Will, and how do you guys balance that, considering he's got a defensive background?
He's very hands-on. We do this together. Coach Thompson's very hands-on. Coach Hustler's very hands-on. This ain't me. This ain't Will. This is us. This is our defense, and we talk to our guys about it all the time. It ain't my defense. It ain't Coach Muschamp. It's our defense. So everybody got to understand that, and everybody got to do their part in the defense. But he's very hands-on. He's in all the meetings with the guys. He's around the guys. He's spending time with the offense as well. So sometimes he can't be with us all the time. All right, but he's doing a really good job of balancing the two.
How fired up do you get knowing that tomorrow's first day of full pads?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Shoulder pads and shorts is the same as full pads to us. I mean, we gonna be physical. We ain't putting guys on the ground. That ain't what we do. We practice just like they practice in the NFL. So we're going to be physical, but we're going to be smart and protect our teammates. And that's something that we got to get better at, and we will.
Have you had any injuries?
Right now, we feel really good about that. I don't know anything about any injuries.
Are there any guys overall that when you got him back on the field in the last couple of days, you said this guy's made the most of the time between the end of spring and now?
It's a bunch of guys that's starting to do that. From the linebacker core, we got a couple of guys that really took the next step. I really like what some of those guys are progressing to. On the defensive line, the player ran practices that we do during the summer is starting to show up. Guys knowing what to do. And again, when you know what to do, then you can play fast. And that's one thing that we're focusing on right now is how many times can we play fast in the course of a practice? All right, if it was 20 today, how many times can we play fast tomorrow? 21. All right, continue to get better every single day. All right, and when we start to do that, we can play fast for 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 reps, then we can put a whole game together. All right, and then we'll be ready to play.
T-Rob, how imperative is it to get a strong pass rush or possibilities in the pass rush to kind of protect that secondary?
You know what? Pass rush, even if you have a great secondary, you need pass rush. You can't cover these guys in the SEC forever. And that's one of the things that Coach Thompson and Coach Peterson doing a great job of developing a pass rush. All right, and they doing all the different things like that. And we'll come up with some creative ways to get to the quarterback, all right, to give our guys some relief in the back end. But, obviously, man, to any good pass defense got a pass rush. And we'll continue to develop that, and we'll be fine.
It seems like you and Will have kind of liked the pieces you have on that defensive line from day one. I mean, what is it about that group that you've liked from the beginning?
Yeah, they work hard, right now. And that's what it is. Defensive lineman, it's a work position. All right, and we got guys that's willing to work. And if they can continue that, then we'll be fine. We'll do enough things with the front. We'll do enough things as far as pressure, all right, to generate the rush that we need. But all we need right now is effort, all right, and playing with great technique, all right, and doing it our style and doing it all the time.
Will Dante Sawyer play outside all the time, or will he play some inside?
He'll play both. And some of the teams that's loose downs, he'll go inside and play some inside stuff and be able to help us in that regard. And then he'll be able to play 6 technique, 5 technique outside. So he can do some different things for us. He gives us a lot of variety in what we do.
What have you seen from him in the first 3 days?
He's doing a good job. He just got to continue to go. Obviously, he's been out of ball for a little bit. All right, so just getting his feet wet and hitting his ground running. So he just got to continue to keep going, but he'll be fine.
How many defensive linemen do you want to have ready for a game? You got so many of them.
When you start talking in terms of defensive line, when a big guy get gas, man, he's done. All right, so that's one of the things that we got to do a great job as far as the rotation, which sometimes can be a little difficult when teams that's going no huddle can't get them in. So, we have different ways of doing that. Well, hey, the first 2 series, this guy playing, we already got it scripted, just like we script plays. It's the same exact situation for those guys. But, we want to have, I would imagine, 10 guys that's ready to play in the game, all right, that can roll in and out so we can keep those guys fresh. And then in the fourth quarter, we can go with the guys that's playing the best.
We all remember Will calling the secondary light years away in the spring. Is that group getting closer to where you want it to be?
We still light years away. But you know what? We got a long time, all right, to get to where we need to get to. And but I am feeling really good about, the progress that the guys are making. And, it's a step-by-step, day-by-day deal. And I'll tell you this, they got better than they were yesterday today. All right, and hopefully they can do that tomorrow. And if they can do that 27, 26 more times, then we'll be ready to roll.
With those early enrollees, do you see the benefit now of them coming in January?
Yeah. Obviously, when you get a guy that comes in January, like right now, you don't treat him as a freshman. Sometimes you forget. I forget Kier Thomas is a freshman. Kobe, I forget those guys are freshmen, all right, because they've been around so long. I've been knowing them just as long as I knew the team. All right, so but those guys are freshmen, and I got to remember that. But yeah, obviously those guys know what to do, so they're able to bring some of them young guys because young guys like to hang with young guys. All right, they're able to bring some of them young guys along with them. Hey man, it's gonna be all right. I know they coaching you hard. They didn't know practice was gonna be like practice was yesterday. All right, they didn't know it was gonna be as physical as it was. All right, but what happened was those guys was kind of telling them how it was gonna be and bringing them along and letting them know it's gonna be all right. Just continue to just chop the wood, and that's what we're gonna do as a program.
How far behind on the learning curve is Montague since he wasn't here in the summer?
Well, obviously he just got here. He don't really know much, but we'll meet with him. That's why it's camp. Ain't nothing else to do. There's nothing going on in town. All right, our guys staying here. All right, it's a great deal. It's the best place to be in the country right now. All right, and they coming in and they meeting extra. They meeting with each other extra. They got players only meetings. They got a lot of different things that they're doing. That's team building, and that's what it's about. It's a brotherhood. All right, you got to play for the guy next to you, but we'll bring him along and he'll slowly progress into this deal and be fine.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks,